What up, what up, what up? It's your boy D back at you with another video. So today we are going to actually be going over to the other side and talking about AEW Revolution. It's been a couple days. I did watch this pay-per-view. I had to watch this pay-per-view. I watched this pay-per-view as an avid WWE fan. I'm a WWE guy all day long. This is not me switching to the other side. Calm yourself, calm your tits. But it was Sting's last match, bro. I was going to watch regardless. It was Sting's last match. You're goddamn right I was going to watch this pay-per-view. Especially being on the outside and really not tuning in to AEW besides like the YouTube clips, because I watch MJF. I think MJF is a star. But besides that, I don't watch AEW. So, but it was interesting to see what they had going on, especially with it being Sting's last match. So I thought, fuck it, why not? Let me watch it, and I'll talk about it and see how this goes. If you guys want, I'll talk more about AEW if you guys want me to, but we'll see. So, I skipped the 0 hour because it's a pre-show, so just know. So we're going to start with Christian Cage versus Daniel Garcia. I thought the match was a little long. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible at all. I was excited because I've been hearing a lot about Christian Cage, and like I heard the people say that he's like one of the best heels in the business. So I was curious to see what Christian is doing out there. Daniel Garcia, he does like this weird ass dance. It's kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about that, but he's a really good wrestler. Very good wrestler with a gimmick he's trying to get over. He's trying to be entertaining, and I like that. He's not just trying to be your wrestler's wrestler. He's actually trying to be entertaining, so he gets a lot of bonus points for me in that area. Very good match. I think this match is too long, but I think it was missing something. I think it was missing like that big moment. And I know Edge returned last night. And now knowing that, like I saw a fan post pictures of like what they took back. No, not a fan. It was fucking Sting. I saw Sting take pictures on X, and I saw he was backstage with Edge. Why the fuck did they not just send Edge out there? Gets a big ass pop. Edge wasn't on TV for a while, I believe. Adam Copeland was on the TV. Why did you not? They just did this whole thing yesterday. Why would you not do it today? Beats me. But, all in all, it was a decent match. Next matchup I want to talk about was the All-Star 8-Man Scramble match. So you got Chris Jericho, who obviously I know who Chris Jericho is, calm yourself. Powerhouse Hobbs, yes, I know some things about him. Lance Archer, I have no idea who that is. Wardlow, yes. Brian Cage, yes. Hook. Dante Martin, no idea. And Magnus, okay? So there were some guys in here who I had no idea who the fuck they are. And I'm going to tell you, I thought this match was a clusterfuck of what the fuck. I think 8 men in one match is way too fucking much. Absolutely way too much. It was just a clusterfuck, and people were just kind of just like, WWE is an art form, and I like the art form. I mean, WWE. Wrestling is an art form, so I like this art form to be protected. And if you watch this 8-man scramble match, there was a lot of people who were just like waiting for spots to happen. And and I get it, because there's like a timeline in the match that they all work out to get all their shit in. But like, dog, can we act like act like you're dead on the barricade, or give me a little something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell they kind of were just waiting for spots, and the spots weren't timed correctly, so like they kind of looked stupid in certain spots. Of like, is he gonna jump yet? Is he gonna jump yet? And like, to me, it just takes a lot out of me for that. And I feel like if Wardlow was going to be the winner anyway, I feel like you didn't have to do all this just for him to win the match. I don't think this made anybody look stronger or bigger or more powerful. It really was just regular. So that's my take on that match. Next matchup I'm going to talk about is FTR versus Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli, Cesaro. if guys like me who know him as Cesaro. So I really like FTR. FTR probably will go down as one of the greatest tag teams ever. FTR's ring work is fucking insane and incredible. Jon Moxley's obviously Jon Moxley. Cesaro was one of the real people that WWE let out the door. That, like, what the fuck are you doing? But so I'm a big Cesaro guy. This match was really good, really strong, real powerful. I like the blood spots in the match. I like the finish in the match, how they just choked them the fuck out. I liked it a lot, actually. This was like one of the matches I was like, oh, this is fire. I kind of wish that there was like something that had along the lines of, this is a number one contenders match or something, because obviously I know that there is a championship tournament that they're doing all throughout March for the vacant titles. So I get it. I understand it. But I feel like we could have did something with this. Like, it just felt like a random match on a pay-per-view. It slapped. It was fire. But it was random as fuck. I needed more storyline for this, because, like, I don't know the storyline. So if somebody can tell me why this match was on the card, I'd love to know. The next matchup I'm going to talk about is Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson. Okay, this is what I need to know. Why the fuck does Eddie Kingston have 3 titles? 3 championships is absolutely insane. This match was very hard hitting, a lot of slaps, a lot of kicks. And I guess from what I saw in like the promo and stuff like that this matchup was about Eddie Kingston earning Bryan Danielson's respect. Okay. It was a really good match, like, match-wise. It was a good match, but, like, I think this match lacked very much story, I just feel like we could have did something bigger and more important with this one. And I feel like it was just there. It's just like your normal wrestling match. And, like, all right, we can go home. Because it's like, why is Daniel Bryan? I feel like, if anything, what would make, in my opinion, I don't know, what I would have did to make Eddie Kingston look like a bigger star, I would have had Daniel Bryan beat Eddie Kingston. It's fucking Bryan Danielson. I would have just had him win. And then be like, well, no, fuck you, I'm not shaking your hand. You're not ready for that. I told you don't deserve it. I told you you're not ready. Just try to get the crowd even more behind Eddie Kingston. But it wasn't a bad match. I just have questions about the story. And that's how I felt about a lot of these matches. I'm not even gonna hold you. Next match we're gonna talk about is Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong. So the match was solid. I wasn't mad about the match. I thought the return at the end with Kyle O'Reilly was dumb. I thought it was so stupid. Because first off, now I'm realizing that the Undisputed Kingdom is literally the bootleg version of the Undisputed Era. Got it. More importantly, like, it just was so stupid. Like, Kyle O'Reilly gets in the ring and he don't beat nobody up. He don't join the group. He gives Roderick Strong a hug and does nothing. Just to sit there and stand there and look weird and then just be like, whisper something in somebody's ear and then get out the ring? The fuck was I supposed to do with that? Like, what was the point? I didn't like that at all. Like, that was just dumb. But, like, the match is cool. Like, I think Orange Cassidy is very unique. He's very interesting. Very interesting. But he had, like, a lot of KT tape on his ribs and all that. So I'm wondering, like, if he's really hurt and they took the title off him to give him a break. Because he looked fucked up. Like, he looked like he hurt himself. That's just me. The next matchup I want to talk about is Deonna Purrazzo versus Timeless Toni Storm. So, I do know Deonna Purrazzo because when Trinity, Naomi went to TNA, I started to check into TNA anymore. So, I started to watch some Deonna Purrazzo matches. I like how technical she is, and Timeless Toni Storm is, I wish Toni Storm had this character in WWE. She would be perfect. This is like the first time during the night that I thought, oh, AEW is stepping their production up. I like the black and white. I like how they kept cutting back into the black and white and how they use the effects. I think it's perfect. But this match to me was lackluster. I didn't really like the match. I thought maybe it could have been where it was placed on the card. I was bored. Like, I was so bored watching this match. Like, I feel like there was, like, no real, like, emotion or story. It kind of was just, like, your technical wrestling match. But, like, weren't these two best friends? Why was there no story? I didn't sense no hatred. I didn't sense any story at all. It just felt like a technical wrestling match. And then Tony Storm escaped and won. I needed a lot more for this. So this match disappointed me the most because I love watching women's wrestling. And we're going to talk about AEW World Championship matchup between Swerve Strickland, Samoa Joe, and Hangman Adam Page. So basically, Hangman Adam Page is the heel, and Samoa Joe's kind of the tweener, and then you got Swerve Strickland, who's the fucking face. This match was cool. I think the right winner won at this point. Samoa Joe won. I think it was right booking. But I will tell you what, it made me a fan. And that was one of the first times I could say this tonight. It made me a fan, and now I am a supporter of Swerve Strickland. I think so. Yes, Swerve, wanna drive. Yes, Swerve, wanna drive. I like how he's on this quest. I like how they're building him. He's like one of the very first characters where I'm like, ooh, I like this. I like where this is going. I like the story, how he's fighting and he's hustling to be the first black AEW World Champion in the history of the company. I like that. I was like, ooh, once he said that, I said, oh, I like that. I want to see more development of that. And I like long-term storytelling, and I like slow burns. And so if we're going to tell a slow burn on them getting there, because I know Samoa Joe fights Wardlow next week at Big Business or whatever that shit's called. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I want to see where we can get Swerve developed, because I think Swerve definitely should beat Samoa Joe for the title. And I think it's important for Swerve to be champion. The first black champion, if you watch my Bianca Belair video I just did before this, you'll understand how I'm rooting for Swerve to win the title. And the final matchup, Matt and Nicholas Jackson, the Young Bucks, versus Sting and Darby Allin. Tornado tag. There was crazy shit going on all around. I like how Sting was like no selling a lot of the moves, because he's Sting. Sting can do that all day long. The entrance I thought was great. I like the movie theater. I like the it's showtime. I like all of that, you know? I was fucking with it. Heavy. Darby does the Swanton Bomb into the glass. It's a cool spot. It was a cool spot. It was crazy. It was damn near psychotic. Like, what is wrong with you? I think the problem more the real problem with the spot to me was he got up, was able to do a coffin drop after jumping that far off of some glass, crashing into the glass. Come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. Word. You crashed in the fucking glass. No shirt on, crashed in the glass. Your back was super cut up. Blood was splattering everywhere. They had to keep cutting. They had to go to a tight angle shot so they can get you to the back and all that. And you came back? Are you kidding me? Nah, bro. I understand it. He wanted to be out there for Sting. Wanted to give like his thank yous to Sting and all that. I understand. But, yeah. Well, that was more like gripes with the match. AEW Revolution, my first AEW pay-per-view I've ever watched. It was cool. It was really cool. There was a lot of great matches. I think the only negative thing I have to say about it is it seems to me like AEW has a lot of great matches, phenomenal wrestlers, little to no storylines. Like, there's no real deep and in-depth storylines in AEW. Like, where Like, I heard that the last thing they had that was like, who was the devil? I remember keep hearing who was the devil, and I heard that shit the fucking bed. There's no, like, real storylines of, like, where, it's, like, kind of just, like, where are we going with this? And that's what I've been seeing. I don't know what Britt Baker is doing, or, like, I know about how Thunder Rosa just, like, she returned back to the ring. Doing what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the fuck is she, why? Like, what are we doing? Like, they're just, I don't know, bro. Like, something about AEW, they just don't, they have great matches. They book, oh my God, I forgot to talk about the Will Ospreay Takeshita match. Fire. I didn't even know who Takeshita was. Elite banger of a match. Another, like, random one that's, like, felt like it was thrown on TV. Absolute banger. The match was fire. But other than that, I believe Will Ospreay just signed there not too recently, and it was like his first match on pay-per-view, so I can understand that. But other than that, I just feel like the only thing that was missing in both of these, in this entire pay-per-view, were stories. And the problem to me with AEW and the differences with AEW to like a WWE, because people always want to compare the two, WWE is more digestible. Like, I can show one of my friends Roman Reigns and the Bloodline in it, and Bloodline and shit like that, and I feel like I can catch them up in a matter of seconds. I feel like I can go, like, to snap my fingers, I can get them on board of what's going on. AEW, I literally were like, who the fuck is this? Why is this happening? Where's the story? And I feel like they took the story mode out of it and said basically kind of like, who fuck cares about the character? We put on great matches. And for some people, that's cool. For me, it's missing. I need that. I need both. But that's how I felt about the pay-per-view, man. It was a great watch, though. I don't regret it at all. Loved it. Definitely had some tweaks I would do. But just don't take my criticism as I don't like it. Like, if I had to grade it, I'd give it a solid B. It was a really good pay-per-view. It was cool. It was interesting. And I want to give a shout out to That's Freaking Wrestling. Shout out to them over there, because they were answering every single question I had, because I had a lot of questions. So shout out to That's Freaking Wrestling, man. I appreciate them hella so much, because I be asking them hella questions, and they talk that shit. We gotta love and gotta give love and respect to us black creators, man. So that's how I felt about the pay-per-view. What did you guys feel about it? Is there anything from AEW you want me to check out? Let me know. You know, I duck, no smoke. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Forever Gang. Until forever find you.